March 29th, 2025, on a warm spring day in Tempe, Arizona, around 80 people are gathered in a room to watch a Splatoon 3 match between In Memory of Kama, a team primarily consisting of players from Texas, and Jalfonso Tuesdays, a team of players from SoCal. It's Game 5 of Losers Finals. The winner of this set advances to Grand Finals for a chance to qualify for the Splatoon 3 LAN Championships.
It's crazy. As we were talking with the lead, or sorry, not the lead, advantage has firmly shifted to the other team, and I just feel like this is happening so fast. It's even hard to make a point about it. Right? He was in their spawn pretty much. You see again, Texas Hater rolling up. They got the toxic CD Wumi from the top ropes is gonna get that pick and they're gonna defend it. But dude, the tower is by the third checkpoint. They have the bubble up. TD Wumi rushing the tower. Pickle's choosing not to engage in that fight. Can't they get the trade on that one? And people are jumping in rice. I think this might be a knockout.
They're trying to just clear Dio here. It's just Dio. They're gonna throw that hammer. Yes, I think that was CD Wumi on tower, but they need to get this tower to knock it out.
Yeah, man, but I mean, absolutely crazy. The fact that Dio was able to sidestep the tower, throw the hammer, get the pick on there, and now we're just riding it. It's pretty much just Pickles. Everyone is looking in different directions that aren't the tower. You gotta look at the tower. It's called tower control. They have to clear the tower without anyone dying, and you pretty much have a loaded gun in the game with hammer, getting another pick, bro. It's crazy how consistent that weapon is. How about hammer, man? That's crazy. Ori going into their spawn just to flex on them, really, honestly.
I got tower. We need to get back. Let's go! Let's go! Yes! Yes!
There's a lot to take note of as soon as the game ends. The crowd, which had been lively throughout the set, is sitting in disbelief. In the distance, Shiny and the other members of Prickly Pear get up to face In Memory of Kama in Grand Finals. Tormy, Taro, and Dio are all standing up celebrating their win. And then there's Parachu, absolutely losing his mind. If you're confused about the emotion in the room, I'm here to explain it all to you. After all, I'm the one who lost his voice for a week because of that scream. Be sure to subscribe for more competitive Splatoon content, and let's jump right in. Before we even get to tournament day, there's a few things I need to explain. Let's start by introducing my teammates. First up is Tormy, a paintbrush player from Houston with an abnormally aggressive playstyle who won the last 2 H-Town splashdowns before this tournament. Next up is Kama, who created the team, but was too busy winning the New Mexico Splatoon State Championships that weekend and couldn't join us. With Kama's absence, we brought in Taro Crow, a West Coast native and previous Sunset Surge winner who changed their name to Texas Hater, much to the commentators' amusement.
Zuka coming out from Texas Hater on the left side. Can't find anything, unfortunately.
Texas Hater on the Texas team.
Lastly, we have Dio, one of the organizers of H-Town Splashdown and the face of Texas Splatoon. Of course, we can't talk about Dio without talking about the Texas-Arizona rivalry.
Arizona? Like, what the heck is in there? Like cacti and deserts? Nothing is there. Everything that's fun and exciting is in H-Town Splashdown in Houston, Texas. Can I get a what up? So yeah, anyways, in short, Sunset Surge sucks.
I think this is the most excited I've ever been for a LAN. I'm not gonna lie. Like any other big LAN, it's like, oh shit, everybody's here. You know, it's like, there's nothing special about it. But this time, I'm showing up with a vengeance. Like Sunset Surge, y'all better prepare. You don't mess with Texas.
With me rounding out the roster as another player known for consistent podium placements at H-Town Splashdown, we were officially deemed to be the Texas team, the outsiders that needed to be defeated to maintain the pride of Sunset Surge. The event began with us being placed in a Swiss bracket with 3 other teams. We won our matches against Surprise Attack, Roulette, and Starview without losing a single game, which placed us in Top Cut with the top 11 other teams from the pools round. Our first round of Top Cut was a rematch against Starview, who we again beat without losing a game. We then went on to face Ocotillo, where we would lose our first game of the tournament, but still win the set 3-1. It was at this point that we first got our taste of the talent that Arizona had to offer when we faced Prickly Pear. Prickly Pear was the team expected to win Sunset Surge, and for good reason. Their roster consisted of Shiny, a high-level backline player from Monsoon, Pepe, the head organizer of Sunset Surge and one of the best Splattershot players in the scene, as well as Eevee and Blopper, 2 members of Healthy Diet food groups, fresh off a top 4 finish in the Sendoku Season 6 finale. This team had proven themselves to be untouchable by anyone else in the event, and it was our turn to see if we could keep up.
20 seconds. They're playing very aggressive. They know that they don't really need to play super defensive, but they also know that they just need to get in, preventing people from
Pepe
pushing in by
snipes Dio
themselves.
again.
Got 5 seconds on the clock.
3, 2, 1.
And we're
And Prickly Pear goes 1-0. Whopper providing fizzy bombs support. In comes Stormy going for flanks. But, they were right there on him.
we got another
Wipeout for
wipeout.
Prickly Pear.
So Prickly Pear is going to push up here, going to push into the spawn as much as possible.
10 seconds.
Got 5 points left. Let's see if Kama has anything in store for them. Not
2-0. Prickly Pear goes 2-0 in winners finals. Taro goes down, trapping him.
Pepe.
Goodness, there's quite a bit of exchange of shots. Dio trying to harass.
10 seconds left. Let's see
Kama
if
has a
Kama...
Rainmaker, takes down to Eevee.
Kama still needs to hit that first checkpoint, but once
Dio
they hit that
popping
first
trap.
checkpoint, their overtime timer will reset, so they do have to play a little bit patiently here. Oh, from behind, Shiny!
That does it! 3-0! Arizona wins! They take out the Texas team and move on to grand finals!
We got an AZ chant in here from the crowd.
With a fantastic performance, Shiny, Pikmin, Pepe, Eevee, and Blopper finish off Dio and in memory of Kama in a spectacular sweep. 3-0 in winners finals.
Since Sunset Surge is a double elimination tournament, our loss to Prickly Pear meant that we were placed in the losers bracket, where any loss would eliminate us from the tournament. It also meant that we had a break before our next match while Gelfonso Tuesdays and Roulette fought to see who would be our next opponent. During this break, we opted to play some Anarchy Open matches on a side setup where we attempted to increase the speed at which we took fights. Although we were winning games easily, we knew the opponents we were fighting were significantly weaker than who we were set to face in the bracket. I especially felt myself relying mostly on partial charges, which aren't optimal for heavy edit splatling due to the increased fire rate when you fully charge the weapon. Once we were done with Open, I expressed my concerns with Dio, and we talked about me switching weapons. He initially asked if I wanted to play Nautilus, and while I think it would have worked in theory, I have very little experience on the weapon. Instead, I suggested to Dio that I try something else entirely.
They have Booyah.
To your left.
Oh, I
to your
got
left.
another one.
I got heavy. Got heavy.
One.
Get Howard.
2-1.
I'm trying to. There's a
Tension
guy
main
there.
weapon.
Got him. Missling 2, 1 dropped.
I'm down.
Hammer. Got a hammer.
I'm backing.
Got pro. Traded.
I got 10.
It's just
Okay,
it's just one on
okay.
tower.
Keep
One
her
on
on
tower.
tower.
Get him off.
Got him.
They've got jumps.
Jumper
Get the
to
jumps.
tower. Got jump.
Down.
Nice.
Nice.
Back in 2021, I was dipping my toes into competitive Splatoon with a team called Resilience, for whom I primarily played mini splatling. At the time of Sunset Surge taking place, I had no significant experience on the weapon in Splatoon 3, but I'd played enough of it in Splatoon 2 that I felt I could bring back muscle memory. Just one problem. As we decided I would play mini splatling, we were called to go to the stream setup to fight Gelfonso Tuesdays in losers finals. I would have no chance to practice it before playing in a real match, and it would face a trial by fire where losing the set would send us home at 3rd place.
Dio's on stream, and then we have like JoJo's here also, and Pig Pickles is on stream. Oh, dude, we are losing their mind over there, bro. Everybody is so high, ready to get into the set. I'm ready to see the game.
Although we won our first game, I performed very poorly individually, only getting 4 kills while dying 10 times. One of the hardest parts of playing mini Splatling comes from its very slow shot velocity, the speed at which your shots travel through the air. This means that with mini Splatling, you often have to aim ahead of where your opponents are moving, and I was just not doing this effectively. However, this was to be expected from a weapon that I had minimal recent experience with. As long as I could quickly master this aiming technique, we could still win the set.
This shot is very weak in that corner. The Carbon gets them, and it's just Dio left on that wiper.
Yeah, but Tormy from the top rope's gonna save it on 1 point, man. Again, really unique showcase of the bow positioning there. Everybody's losing their mind. They still need to get that point. They don't get the point. Are we gonna see that they pop reach side and they get the kill? It's just Dio again. I think that's gonna be the lead, Rice.
Yeah, but they need to try to get this pop. Dio doing such a good job stalling this pop. They need to go for the pop. Dio gets taken down. It's just the mini up there. Call it just the shot. That's a wipeout. They need to go fast.
I know, finally, thank God. I mean, that was the longest lead change I've ever seen. Are they gonna kill CD when they have nothing? Dio dives at the Rainmaker to stop it at 1.
Down in the set 1-2, I considered switching back to heavy edit Splatling since it was what I was comfortable with. I could feel myself improving over the last 2 games, but the question of whether or not I could win the set with mini Splatling was still up in the air. After some discussion with my teammates, we chose to continue to take the risk and keep me on mini Splatling since it better matched what the team needed from me. During Game 5, we had built up a significant lead, but Jalfonso Tuesdays was gaining momentum with a push in overtime. As I waited on top right of Inkblot Art Academy for an opportunity, I saw Tormy go down in mid, followed immediately by Dio and Taro dying as well. Tormy was picked off a second time by an incredible shot from the other team's bow player. The safe option was to super jump back to spawn and set up closer to our base. But even though I was stuck in a 1v4 situation, I saw my chance and I took it.
They're forcing a kind of stagger now, and they touch the tower. Doesn't even matter, bro. Again, and we see a huge pop-off from the side of the Texas plus Taro team.
Our win over Jalfonso Tuesdays allowed us to face Prickly Pear once again in Grand Finals. As perfect of a story this would have been if we'd won the run back, we were quickly swept 3-0 once again.
There's two people moving out here on the left side in the memory of comma side of things, and they're gonna be going 2 to 3 down there, leaving those 10 ticks. Dude, I think this is it. I think that's it.
I'm sorry, bro, man. That was like the Great Wall of China, man. Like, they like just didn't move at all.
They genuinely have to be blessed by I don't know what Splatoon gods in order to get anything back, but with these 10 ticks left, 5 seconds, I think that's gonna be game. OBT.
Oh, just kidding. Someone is on the zone.
Wait.
Dude, there's no way.
No shot.
Oh, wait.
No shot.
Wait, they're painting, they're jumping in. I think that's gonna be a cap. All right, and a sigh of relief here from the side of In Memory of Kama, showing them I can play behind you too, Prickly Pear. All right. And now, again, man, we have 8 ticks in the zone. They get a pick a Pepe, but they do need to get the cap. They do need to get the cap. And Brock with the clutch jumps there.
Wait, the hammer. That's it, that's game!
Dude, and again, man, Blop showing them that I am Blop, man. I'm a +2 player. I know when to use my chumps.
Looking for another, almost fighting, getting picked off by Pepe right here. Pepe, my go. Are you gonna get a pick right here?
Dude, my go. And Pepe Zuki for the fans doesn't know he doesn't need to, but is just doing it anyway.
For the sillies. Oh no.
Yeah, it's curtains.
Tough game.
And again, to the surprise of no one on the commentary team, another clean sweep.
Prickly Pear went on to place second in the LAN championships, while I was unfortunately unable to qualify at either LAN that I entered. All this being said, there is the potential for a run back. Shiny and Pepe have announced that they will be in attendance at H-Town Splashdown 5 in my home region. I hope we can take them down this time if we meet in bracket again. As a final note, I'd like to thank the AZ community for being such amazing hosts. There was a lot of banter, but behind all of that were a ton of really friendly people who I had a lot of fun hanging out with. There's in-person tournaments like Sunset Surge and H-Town Splashdown happening all across North America, and if you have one near you, I encourage you to attend. It's really an experience like no other in the Splatoon scene.